reported an increase in threats, all following new revelations in the Minnesota taxpayer fraud scandal. Correspondent Garrett Tenney has our update tonight from the Midwest Bureau.
Honestly, it's shocking, and it makes me feel concerned for my own safety at this point.
Somali daycare owners in the Twin Cities are on edge after reportedly receiving a flood of threats this week, including at least a dozen bomb threats.
I don't know how to protect my records, and they're going around vandalizing the daycares and collecting student data.
Several child care centers claim individuals have tried to break in overnight, and police are investigating at least one reported burglary where the owner claims documents with information about the children attending were stolen. Some federal officials are questioning those claims, though. Alex Adams, the assistant secretary at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, who froze child care funding to Minnesota this week, posted on X, "Crazy coincidence that attendance records are missing one day after HHS Deputy Secretary Jim O'Neill requested them from the state of Minnesota."
To say I am outraged is an understatement.
State Democratic lawmakers, meanwhile, are criticizing the Trump administration's freezing of those funds and calling the intervention to cut off the alleged fraud unnecessary.
We're taking fraud seriously. We're working every day to improve our systems. That's why it's incredibly frustrating to me that Donald Trump and Republicans want to use this as a political vehicle to cut funding entirely to our state.
At his New Year's Eve celebration, President Donald Trump said his administration's investigations into the alleged fraud are just getting started.
We'll lose access to child care and early learning.
$4 or $5 million got sent to this daycare center.
Federal officials credited this viral video from YouTube influencer Nick Shirley, who claimed he found dozens of empty daycares and health clinics that were scamming taxpayers.
Tried to get in, rang the doorbell, nobody showed up.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
CBS News visited and reviewed the daycares mentioned in the video. One had a playground, another shared security footage with us, showing kids getting picked up and dropped off on the same day Shirley arrived. Several daycares were previously cited for safety violations, but state regulators found no evidence of fraud. The influencer's video faced pushback today from other daycares, including this center, which said it was vandalized earlier this week.
We've been receiving hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us.
Beyond daycares, there's no question Minnesota is reeling from a fraud crisis in other social services programs. Federal prosecutors have charged more than 90 people since 2022. More than 60 have been convicted. Investigators say the fraudsters exploited COVID-era rules to steal hundreds of millions of dollars intended to feed low-income kids, house the disabled, and provide services to autistic children.